PaleriderTV. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day or evening or whatever it might be. Today I have the honor of sitting here with fellow driver Russell Walker.
Howdy.
He's leased on over here at the same company I'm leased on to, and he's real into trucking, and I'm just going to let him cut loose and see where we go from here. Take it away, Russell.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Russell Walker. I've been driving for 20 years. I was in law enforcement, military, and my dad drove a truck. And I told my dad years ago when I graduated from high school that you got to be an idiot to drive a truck. Well, 20 years later, this idiot's still driving a truck. Trucking is a passion of mine. I've been here at Central Hauling 3 more weeks, been 10 years. I'm on my second truck, 10 long years.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
And I love it because without trucks, America stopped. Without truck drivers, America stopped. So I think we provide a good service at times. We do it safely, and we have fun doing it. Support our family. I've been knowing Keith now, Mr. Palerider, for right at about 2 years. We've been trying to get this thing done for the past year or so. So here we are. We're looking to do many, many, many more, and I hope you enjoy it. Anything for me, Keith?
You said you've been driving for 20 years?
Yes, sir, 20 years.
Is there anything that you did in them 20 years, like maybe flatbed or oversized or anything like that?
I started off with Snyder, pulling tanker. I tried J.B. Hunt, and I never forget, I went to up there in Shreveport, Louisiana. I went to J.B. Hunt school, and my brother and when I closed the bathroom stall, there was a big poster of Mr. Hunt and a white Stetson hat, and I was sitting on the toilet. I couldn't work for a man that's watching you all the time. So I went to Snyder. I said, hey, I got to go drive somebody else. I'd rather drive a pumpkin. Cinderella was with a pumpkin. So I drove a Snyder pulling tankers out of Reserve, Louisiana. And my dad, when I was driving for MS Carriers. So I decided to switch over to pull a van. I've been pulling a van ever since, and I love it. Nothing else but a van.
That's right, I love it too. You live in Louisiana, right?
Baton Rouge, yes.
Baton Rouge.
Yes. Love it.
And you're kind of on a dedicated or just about the same run all the time?
Pretty much so. Southeast region. I'll go pretty much anywhere if they ask me to. They have to be very nice to ask me to do it. But it was about 8 years ago when we had plenty of freight coming out of the Southeast to Laredo. And it was about 8 of us, if I'm not mistaken. 8 or 7 of us first started off on Southeast Regional. And I've been on it ever since. And I go to Ohio, I go to Michigan, I go to Indiana. I got to scratch my head to Pennsylvania, but I'll step out every now and again. It's all about moving freight and making the customer happy.
Good deal. What do you like best about trucking? Anything in particular, or just all over? Overall?
Meeting people. I'm a people person. You meet every walk tree. You meet people from everywhere, different walks of life, different fashions in life. It's like it's a melting pot. And I was taught years ago that trucking is the last American sport. Baseball, you got football, you got basketball, you got NASCAR, but trucking is it. This is where we have doctors, lawyers, pilots. We have a mix of everybody out here, and that's what I love about it.
Since that's the best part, what about the worst part of trucking you hate or don't like?
Being away from my family as much. I'm about to be a daddy again. We got a newborn that's due August the 12th, a little boy.
Awesome.
And I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I have 5 other kids that are grown and that missed daddy over the years. And being away from home, it's like a sacrifice. I was in the military for 9 years, and sooner or later you get to go home. You're across seas. I was in the Navy. I was across seas, thousand miles away. Eventually I'm going home. And trucking is like, okay, that one load is going to get me home or through the house. And otherwise, that is the hardest thing to do, is to be able to stay away from your family for, hey, I do it for a week at a time. Some guys do it for months at a time. It's hard for me to stay away for a week at a time, brother. I'm
I
serious.
hear you.
I'm serious.
Do you have about the new breed, this so-called new breed coming into trucking today? Do you have any kind of advice that you might want to give to
Yeah,
somebody?
that new breed mentality. Back when I first came into trucking, I drove for, again, MS Carriers, one of the best companies I thought that was around. They were way before their time, and they used to call us gnats. I never understood. I said, "Yeah, this man did." He called me a gnat. I never understood. He said, "You're a new age trucker." I was like, "Wow, a new age trucker," because the way it was done back. My dad been driving truck for 44 years. The way that those guys pioneered trucking, and the
Right.
way that I consider as young guy, because I'm still young. I'm only 48 years old. How I took on trucking and take it to the next level. It's 2 week truck driving school is no good, man. There's no such thing as a 2 week truck driving school. And I used to train for MS Care, and I love teaching people to do my job, because if there's enough people doing my job, that means that I can go off and do something else,
Right.
be president one day. And I tell people, guys say, well, what's the hardest thing about driving a truck? I say, there's nothing hard about driving a truck. Driving a truck between point A to point B, you having fun. You can get in there, press that button, put it in auto, or put it in 10th gear and just ride. Maneuver that 53-foot trailer through town, you're good. All right, but can you back up? You're making money backing up. You can't hit a dot, you don't get paid. And that's one thing about trucking and what we do. A lot of people say they can do it. It takes skills to back up. You got to know what you're doing at all times to do it safely, and hey, have fun doing it.
I'm a believer that you have to pay your dues. You start
Yeah.
out
Oh, yeah.
training like at school, then you go with the trainer or whatever. I've seen a lot of Facebook. I'm in some groups, and they mostly geared towards the new guys that are coming into trucking or just started training, and it seems like they want to start somewhere up here instead of starting down here, and working their way up like I'm sure you did and I
Right,
did
right,
and the rest
right.
of us did too.
Right. That mentality that's the new generation. We call it Generation X. They wanted, like back when we grew up, we wanted mashed potatoes. We had to boil potatoes, mashed potatoes, add the milk, make the butter. These guys now just want to add in a bowl, hot water, and stir. You got instant potatoes. They want to come from truck driving school 2 weeks, go through a training for 168 hours, 167 hours, to get off a training truck, get into a company truck for 6 months, and then at 7th month, I want to become an owner operator so I can make big money, run fast, and look at the little skirts. That's not.
That's like we do, right?
Yeah, same thing we. But you gotta pay.
It's hard. It is hard.
You gotta pay your dues. You gotta do 4 seasons. That's the way I grew up. You do 4 seasons. You gotta do all the seasons. You gotta do winter, spring, summer, and fall. That's to be a decent company driver. All right. You can't come in and guys wait and say, I want to drive a truck in the summer and springtime, and I ain't driving in the winter. I'm like, why not? You got to know what you're doing. And these new guys, I put some on Facebook, Junkie. Think while you was talking about this, I'm noticing more drivers when they're driving, they're looking straight ahead. You notice that? Older guys, everybody's looking, straight. Like, oh my God, I'm supposed to check your mirrors. What if, you don't look? And that scares me. It really scares me. Guys driving in bad weather, inclement weather, doing 75, 80 mile an hour in Texas, it's raining, and I always say, what do they have in their truck that I don't have? And then, 20 miles down the road, they lay it over somewhere, and you're like,
Dry the rain instantly or something.
Yeah.
I see it too all the time. Is don't slow down for conditions, and like you said, it's a lot of times it's older drivers.
Yeah.
Doing that too. I don't know, they feel like they're comfortable, and I don't know.
The best thing that I tell people, and I tell guys that's been driving probably longer than I have, I said you can take and this is where I was taught, you can go down a mountain 99 times. If you think you master that mountain, it takes one time. to mess up, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
You don't get a milligan. You don't get a mulligan and try to do it over again. It's one and done, you know. And I remember when I first came over here to Central Hauling, I was running maxed out 75 mile an hour everywhere I went. You know, hurry up and wait. You know, that philosophy that struck drivers to hurry and wait. But if your appointment's at 9 o'clock and my appointment's at 10 o'clock, of course you're gonna look forward. But you know, I started learning how to slow down, manage my stuff. I started transforming from a driver to a business owner. And like I said, second truck here, do pretty good, make decent money. And my thing, I like helping other people make money, because if I'm successful, I want the next person to be successful. We can all be successful together.
Good. Anything else you have there?
I like sitting here talking with Keith. We are gonna do this more often. There's something flying on the wall here. I know our place looks kind of like a dungeon. This here's the coffee room, and we're gonna have some pictures around here real soon. If I suggest that
You can get it done too.
I try. I suggest that, you know, trucking is where that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to drive a truck. You got people, and this is what I've been saying forever and a day now. You got people go to college and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a degree. We go to DMV and get a CDL, we still make more money.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So it's all what you put into it, where much is given, much is required. And there's something that we say here, a buddy of mine, Michael Anders, say, it's not the quantity of miles, it's the quality of miles. And that's what we try to do here at Central Hauling, CalArc. Small company, big heart, open door policy, and only thing we doing is trying to go up.
That's it. Sounds good to me. Well, I think that's it for this interview. Maybe we'll have Russell on again in another video. Let him talk some more. Very interesting man. That's about it for me. So, everybody have a good one, and remember,
Thank you, my friend.
stay safe.
Have a good one.